I represented UYAHF in the Hike4Girls edition 2024, which is organized by Raising Teenagers Uganda. It was an amazing experience, thrilling and exciting. This experience is mainly for breaking stigma around menstruation, especially among young girls. We set off on Friday morning together with other representatives from partner organizations. We set off from Kampala in Nshinda. We set off at around 6, as I mentioned, to Arua for that long journey. It was a very long journey. It was my first time traveling for that long. We got a free drive through the Makshan Falls National Park. We got to see some animals. It was my first time seeing elephants for the first time live. Cobs, antelopes. We also got to see giraffes. We reached Arua around 6, so that was around a distance of 10 hours or more. And when we arrived, we went to one of the PEPS outlets. PEPS was one of the sponsors of the activity. Yes, we toured around and then we went back to our hotels to get ready for the next day. On Saturday, which was the D-Day for the hiking, we set off very early in the morning to Terego district where the hike was going to happen. We camped at Erewa Primary School where we got some briefing about the hiking and what to expect through the journey as we hike. Yes, and we set off with some guides, and the peoples from Erewa Primary School also joined us as we set off to Mount Watian, as they call it. They say it's a treasure mountain, so as you move, you don't know where the peak is, so you're just moving around not knowing where or the destination is. So that was the fun bit of it also. Along the journey, every step we took, it was about informing and sharing information, especially with the peoples from the school that had joined us. We told them about menstruation health and menstruation hygiene. We told them a lot of things, what to expect when their periods come, what to do, how to be strong, how to view stigma and how to answer to it. And also along the hiking, there were families, surprisingly, on those hilly areas who don't get information so much. So we had a chance to sit for a few minutes and talk to them and about menstruation too, what to expect, how to handle their maybe young girls when they are menstruating. Some of them offered us water. They were very kind and yeah, they were excited to see us talk to them. As we reached the peak, for some it took 2 hours, for some it took 3, for some it even took more. But as we reached the peak, we converged and had some wonderful sessions. We introduced to them what Hike4Girls was and our main aim, which is breaking stigma, and why we were really hiking. After long hours of hiking, we went back down where we converged at Erewa Primary School, and we had sessions of talks about menstruation health, menstruation hygiene, a lot of things. Each hiker got a chance to talk to young people and give them words of encouragement and advice. Personally, the information I got from the people we interacted with, from the young girls we talked to, some of it was heartbreaking, and there is still a lot of stigma around there because of a gap in correct information. Most of the stigmas that came out were girls that they go to school with, most of them when they menstruate, boys start teasing them to go and get married. Even families force them to get married because they feel they are worth of marriage and bride price. So most of their friends have got out of school and are married now at a very young age, which is heartbreaking. And later we distributed reusable pads to each girl who was around. Yes, they were excited and happy. They were all smiling because it was something that was going to greatly help them, because most of them were saying they cannot afford pads. So giving them reusable pads was a great help to them. I'm grateful for Raising Teenagers for such an initiative such as hiking. Most people would underlook it, but I feel like it leaves a big mark in the community because it's unforgettable. Seeing people you don't know in the community hiking a mountain you have always seen every day, something, an experience you always remember. They were talking about menstruation, they were teaching us about this. So yeah, it was an impactful thing and I believe it will change their lives. I want to thank UYAHF for giving us such opportunities, especially as young people, to participate in these initiatives, especially those that contribute to sexual reproductive health and rights. They are a great learning avenues, and they contribute a lot to us as young people, especially advocates and people who really want to make an impact and change in our community.